Misconception number one, sustainability is mainly about environment, hence they are only remotely relevant to other public policy issues such as growth, trade, employment, well-being and justice. In other countries, sustainability is no longer an environmental policy. It has moved, it's also embraced energy policy, pension policy, welfare policy, etc., etc. So it's just here that we are still struggling with some of the very fundamental. Why? Of course, because we see sustainability mainly as a environmental problem, because this is a classical way of looking at environmental issue. And this is a photo of Tasik Chini, which I think around 2011, 2012, it was the only UNESCO biosphere reserve. But somehow the state government gave the license to a company from China to mine the iron ore because the price of iron ore spiked up that year. And you can see here, this is what I call legal but lethal. It's legal because it's under state farm, the forest is under state land, and so you can see that it's only 10 meters from the water body perhaps. From 1960s to 1980s, the mainstream concepts, there are 4 are listed there. Conserving the environment was the mainstream idea about the environment, and we are still at that mode, environment mode. Whereas when we move towards the late 1980s, then this is a time when we begin to graduate into environment with development, or merging environment development became the main concept. And then next came the mainstream concept, which is combating climate change. IPCC, the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change, the Force Assessment Report, I think was very instrumental in launching the idea that climate change is by then recognized as anthropogenic in its origin. It's caused by human activities. And that has a global attention on climate change in many countries, including Malaysia. And then in 2009, we were hit by while we were having fun with climate change internationally, we were hit by a financial crisis. But then it's sort of ingrained in the heads of policy community internationally that we can't ignore climate change. It's too big to be ignored. But at the same time, how do you deal with this slowing of global economy? Hence, I think about the same time, the concept of green economy or building a green economy emerged internationally. So as a student of public policy, I was looking at the distinction between what is an environmental problem and a sustainability problem. Environmental problem, I think you can just deal with this and you're fine, but when it comes to sustainable development, it's a lot broader, and your scale of response or the scale of response will require integration across sectors, and this is very difficult. And I think this is why that we need to broaden our thinking, that it's not just about environment anymore now, it's a lot broader than that. This is a pragmatic decision that we have to embrace. Of course, some environmentalists are not very happy, saying that, look, we are still, with green economy, the ambition is still to produce more good, even though it's greener goods.